Hey, what's going on, everyone? James and Numbers here, and welcome back to another YouTube video. And today, we're going to be going over the final house guests that are going to be on Big Brother 27. So, without being said, let's get started. First, we have Morgan Pope, a 33-year-old originally from Palm Springs, California, who now lives in Los Angeles, and she's a gamer. Let's go! That is based. What's your reaction to getting to play Big Brother? I mean, I'm not going to lie. I feel like I need to pinch myself because I'm actually in the diary room. Like, hello? We all know the iconic diary room. It is very comfortable. That's crazy. That is actually nuts. Wow, I can't wait to turn this house upside down. Oh, this is going to be so freaking cool. Y'all just wait. We're in for it. I'm going to come in here, make sure you guys are ready. Bring your teacups. I'm going to bring the hot and steaming tea to serve and serve it up. I hope you guys are ready for it. All right. Let's see how much tea she's going to brew. Why will you win, Big Brother? I'm gonna win, Big Brother, because these house guests are gonna have no idea that this gamer girl is here to rock their world. I'm keeping that secret because, hello, if I tell them that I'm a gamer, they're gonna boot me right out. Okay, so another person who's gonna keep their occupation secret. So I'm just gonna keep this little model-esque persona go on and hopefully sneak by and take the whole thing home. What are you bringing to the show that nobody has seen before? Well, I don't know if you guys have had a gamer girl yet, so I'm really excited to represent for the gamer girls out there. But I also just think that my just natural bubbly personality is gonna be really fun to see in the house. I'm a goofball and I'm a nerd. I mean, come on, I just think that's really fun. And I think last but not least, I'll probably bring my humor, which I think is hilarious. Maybe people to like laugh at me, but that's fine as long as we're both laughing, right? Tell us a little about your life in the outside world and how that prepared you for Big Brother. So I'm a former Division One track athlete. Okay, an athlete, so she's going to be somewhat good at comps. Okay. I was raised to be determined, to be strong-willed, to be resilient, and to keep fighting no matter what. And I feel like Big Brother is that you have to keep fighting, no matter if you're on the block, even if you're HOH. We have seen people win HOHs and go home the next week. I does not matter how. I mean, I think they meant to say it. It does not matter how high you are, how high up you are. You can be at the bottom next week. So no matter what, I'm gonna come in, fight as long as I possibly can, and if I have to take some people down with me, I'm gonna do it. What's your fan level? So I am not a super fan, but my mom loves Big Brother. Her and I watched seasons 5 and 6 when I was in high school. That's gonna age me a little bit. It's okay, proud to be 33, first of all, but I just want to do this for my family. They do everything for me. We do everything for each other. We're a very small knit family, and I wouldn't be here where I am without them. So I want to win this whole thing to be able to buy a house for my family and get them out of just what they've been fighting so hard to escape from, which is just, not being able to own their own house or other things like that. There's just so much that I want to give to them, and I want to prove to myself that I can do this. Like I said, I watched a couple seasons when I was growing up, thought it was cool. I mean, for me as an athlete, I'm like, oh, I see these comps. Get me out there in the wall comp. Get me out there in BB Comics. Let me show these people that just because I'm not an athlete anymore doesn't mean I can't compete and win these games. Strategy. So strategy wise, and before you guys come for me, hear me out. I am not going to come out guns blazing trying to win everything as much as my competitive heart wants to do that. I have not seen a success story where someone just comes in and wins everything and wins the whole game. It would be nice if I could do that, but I honestly feel like for me, creating the smallest amount of target is going to be what's best for me. Smart. So I'm going to lean on my social game. Yeah, everyone's going to do that, so we'll see what happens. And just keep in my back pocket that I'm a gamer girl, and that has a lot of strategies coming their way. So I'll pull out those when I need to. What makes Big Brother such a successful show after 25 years? I think Big Brother has been such a success because just like they say, expect the unexpected. Every year, season after season, something's always been different, and I feel like from a viewer standpoint, that's just something we all look forward to. And from the different house guests to just like the age range where everybody comes from. And I think the coolest part about Big Brother is that they bring people together and they would probably never hang out in real life and they end up bonding together. Or maybe not bonding, but they end up living under one roof and duking it out, seeing who is like the last one standing. So I think that's incredible. And I also feel the fact that they pull in America to get their votes or to get their intake on things really allows for the viewer to just be engulfed in the season. And I think that's great. And hello, we have Julie Chen, the best host ever. Come on. How will you crush your enemies? I feel like I'm going to crush my enemies in the game through my social game. Okay, another social player. Now I'm a former Division One track athlete, so she's going to be more well-rounded. Interesting. So I feel like naturally I'm competitive. I'm going to want to win every physical competition, but the whole thing of this game is not to win everything. It's to win when you have to. Again, I think that advice can be good, but I think that can also backfire if you don't know when you need to win at the right time. So I'm just going to take that gamer knowledge and decide when I'm going to win and just rely on my social game to take me along the way. What are your biggest strengths? Hang on. So my main game is a first-person shooter game, but I also love playing survival games. So for me, when it comes to my first-person shooter games, I play a battle royale, and essentially that is the final team standing win. So you have to decide what angles you're going to take, maybe what transition, what legends you're going to play. Oh, she might get along with that Will guy, Captain Will. So for me, I'm gonna take that into the house, and decide what I'm going to pull out, what and when I'm going to pull out what personality. Maybe I'm being a little flirty today, or maybe I'm being a little devious today, or maybe I'm just being myself, but we'll see. So she aims to be unpredictable, alright. But I think being a gamer is going to be super helpful in the house to navigate what angle I want to take. Okay, biggest weakness. I feel like that. I feel like the one thing I'm a little nervous about going into Big Brother is that I'm an empath. Okay, so another empathy person. Okay, I feel like for a lot of people, and I feel like that this is an easy way to be kind of manipulated. But don't worry, guys. I'm an older sister, and usually older sisters are the ones doing the manipulating to the little brothers. So I think I can handle it. Do you plan on keeping any secrets about yourself from the other house guests? So I'm not going to tell the house guests that I'm a gamer. Okay, another secret person. Basically, everyone's keeping secrets at this point. That's been going on for a while. Again, like I said before, it's keeping your occupation, your age secrets, and anything secret is basically getting old. So it's not really special anymore. So I'm gonna keep reading because I just feel like that's already going to create a huge target. I mean, come on. This is the best and biggest game that we all know. So if they find out that a gamer girl's in the house, they're going to get me right out. And I just can't have that happen. Would you be open to a showmance? I mean, look, I'm standing in front of a bunch of books. If one of these books that I just so happen to read ends up being a book involved with showmances, I'm kind of open for it. I mean, hey, what's the worst that could happen to me? I can look at a cute guy all summer. Doesn't seem so bad for me. Will you be more of a hero or a villain in the house? Oh, honestly, as much as I think villains are really cool, one of my favorites is Scar. He's just iconic. Honestly, would love to be more of a hero girl. I mean, as much as I play games where I go against villains, there's something about defeating a villain and being the hero that is just so worthwhile. So I feel like as much as I would love to be a villain, I feel naturally I would love to be a hero. Why will you be the player to watch this season? I feel like I'll be the one to watch because I feel like people are not going to expect the fact that little old me will actually be the craziest gamer girl you've ever seen. Now, I know a lot of people are like, okay, big deal, whatever, play your games. Yeah, people underestimate gamers a lot, and I think it's quite embarrassing that people do. I don't just play games. I've competed in some of the biggest competitions against some of the biggest pros in the world, and I've stood my ground and hung with them. So not only have I competed against them, I've also competed alongside them. So I've taken a lot of tips and tools from the games that I play every day. I wake up, my PC is on, I am gaming till sundown, and I just take that into this game. And I feel like people are going to want to see what I can do and how I can pick up on little things that maybe some other house guests won't be able to. So listen, we all know Big Brother, you are gaming 24/7, so I feel like I was born and raised for this game. I mean, I'm a gamer who plays every single day, all day long. Come on, this game is made for me. What will be the easiest and hardest parts of being a house guest? I think the easiest part about being a house guest for me is just to be myself. Okay, standard answer. That's my whole plan is to just go in and be myself naturally. And that's probably a silly answer, but that's just the only thing that feels right to me. And I feel like the hardest part is going to determine who's really with who. Who's really with me more so, and how I can navigate when to take these big moves. Because I feel like a lot of times people are very shy or timid to take big moves too early. To me, it is never too early to take a big move. What are some standout moments for you from the past 25 years of Big Brother? I feel like a couple. One of them was Janelle won HOH and she told Jenny, "Give me that key." I love that line only because if she didn't, if she didn't win, then she would have went home. And I just think that I just think like her resilience in the game was just incredible, and she was not afraid to let people know how she felt, and I admire that so much. So what's a gamer girl? All right, Morgan's someone that I would be so interested in looking out for. Do I think she might make it far? I do think she is. I do think she is underestimating how hard this game is. So I think she could make it to jury. She could also potentially be an early boot. I think she might play this game way too hard, and I think people are going to target her eventually. And that's just how I think, in my opinion. I do think she's going to overplay her hand at some point. That's just how I see it. But she is someone that I will look out for. All right, next is Riley Jeffries, a 27-year-old from Luther, Oklahoma, who is a professional bull rider. All right, what's his reaction to being on Big Brother? Oh man, being a house guest on Big Brother. Oh man, being a house guest on Be Brilliant this season is the freaking best thing that's ever happened to me. I mean, just thinking about it each and every single day, it's cutting down closer and closer. I mean, being a house guest is just everything I've always dreamed. It's everything I've always wanted in life. I never expected to be sitting on a freaking DR right now, but here I am. And everything happens to me for a reason. Why did you want to compete on Big Brother? I would say family. Mom and dad are super fans. My brother and sister, they're all super fans. So his entire family is full of super fans. So he's a super fan by default as well. I mean, they've literally watched it since season one. When everybody watches it, it's like, oh, I want to go do that. I want to go do that. And I'm here. I get a chance to actually go win this deal. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let it slip off of my fingertips. They're going to have to try to yank it out. They're going to try to pull this for me as hard as I can. All y'all out there, I mean, to get me out of this place, it's going to be a really hard time because I'm here to stay. I'm here to win. That's the only reason why I'm here. I have to win. What makes BB25? What makes Big Brother such a successful show after 25 years? It's a house, and you bring different types of individuals into it, and then you pull them all together, and then it's like you see those different types of people in the world can actually get along and can actually have a relationship. It don't matter what race you are. It don't matter what like or it don't matter what like or what you believe in. The only thing that matters the only thing that matters is right in that moment. We can't go anywhere. We can't do anything. We have to be with each other. So either you're gonna like each other or you're not. So you're in there for a couple of months, so you might as well just make the best of it. I love everybody. I really do, man. There's not a person in the world that I don't love. I ain't met everybody in this world, but I love everybody. All right, what's the strategy? So my strategy going into Big Brother house is just cool, calm, and collective. I'm gonna go in and be myself. Okay, another person wants to be themselves. All right, I'm not gonna be too much or be too little. All right, I'm not gonna stand off and make people think I'm like a weirdo. I'm not trying to exclude myself. Okay, so basically he's trying to just blend in. All right, I want to be. I want to surround myself. I'm not usually the type of person that is a follower. So he wants to be a leader. But in this game, you kind of got to be a follower. You got to follow, go with the flow. Okay, that's his gameplay. That makes sense. So I'm just going to go with the flow. I know when to kind of just throw some competitions or whatever, or to keep my safety in the house. I've been watching it for so long that I've picked different pieces and different people out of the show and took the good in what helped them out in their season and try to put it into one person. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it happens. All right, tell us about a little yourself about the outside world and how it's prepared you from Big Brother. I'm from Luther, Oklahoma. I'm a small town guy, small town kid with some big old dreams. I wouldn't say I'm a kid, I'm 27, but yeah, my whole life I've grown up, I've hunted and I've fished. Just a lot of stuff that you don't quit. Okay, another rural town guy. All right. It just shows you to don't quit, and to just keep on going after what you want. Even if it is that trophy buck or if it is that trophy bass that you're looking for your PRs, just don't quit ever just don't ever quit with what you want. Growing up, that's what kind of my town, my home really shows me in life. And my mom and dad, they've done the best they can to just make me into the man that I am today, and I couldn't thank them enough. My mom and dad, they've really pushed me and pushed me to just be respectful and be appreciative of others and others' feelings. And just growing up there has really taught me really a whole lot. We don't have a lot. We got a Sonic and two convenience stores, and we had a Walmart market, but it got taken away. So now we got $1 general markets. We still get eggs in our groceries and stuff. Damn, that's pretty rough. But hey, as long as you're happy, I guess. What are you bringing to the show that's nobody's seen before? A bull riding son of a. That means business, baby. I don't know if y'all ever heard a bull rider on this, but I mean business. I know what I want, so that's what I bring to the show. I bring the damn determination, baby, the grit, and I ain't letting go. They're gonna have to try like hell to get me out of this damn house. I promise you it ain't gonna be easy. So if he does end up being nominated for eviction, he's gonna go down swinging. All right, I actually would see. I can totally see that from him. I actually would see. He would probably go down swinging, call out names, build targets on other people's backs in hopes of staying in. All right, I like that. I've met a lot of people and they're just like, man, I never met a guy like you before in my life. And I'm just trying to be myself. I got a lot of energy, I got a lot of positivity. I don't like negativity. I like just being positive. I like smiling. If there's ever an argument in the house or something, I'll probably start laughing because it's just funny to me. I don't like negativity. I don't like sad or harsh moments. I know there's going to be a lot of that, but because I can't control anything by any means. But yeah, I'm just a happy person all the time. I like to think I'm a happy person. Why will you win, Big Brother? I think I have what it takes to win, Big Brother, because I have the mindset. I've ridden bulls for 15 years, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I've been thrown, been bucked off, I've been thrown down, broken legs, jaw twice, and I haven't quit. Okay, so he's got motivation, and he's got courage, and he's got strength. Do you plan on keeping any secrets about yourself from the other house guests? I'm going to go into the Big Brother house fully as myself, and I'm not hiding anything at all. Okay? Double-edged sword, but I honestly think that is a good strategy. Sorry about that. I was drinking some water. Okay, biggest weakness? A pretty woman coming in and just making me believe everything she says. I believe people until they give me a reason not to believe them. So you could literally just sit here and bullshit your way through me, and I believe you until I get that reason to know you, to not really believe you. A pretty woman. Ooh. So he's worried about that he might get into a showmance. I could totally see him being a showmance. I totally could. Would you be open to a showman? Love knows no boundaries, man. I mean, if a woman comes in and my heart sees what it sees and loves what it loves and feels what it feels, that's time. That's for time to tell. That's for the BB house to tell. I don't know what's going to step in that door, so I don't know what kind of women are going to be out there. But I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the same amount of genuine love and care. What I have to give, what I bring to the table, that's what I expect in return. I know nobody's perfect. I know not everybody's the same or whatnot. But just like me and just like you and just like everybody else out there in the world, they know what they deserve. They know what they want. All right, hero or villain. I think I'll be a hero. Like I said, I'm not a mean person. I'm not the type of guy that likes to go out and just, get my revenge. I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody to win in life. That's just the person I am. So yeah, I'd like to see myself as a hero. Secret weapon, be as mean as you want. I'm gonna kill you with kindness. Okay, another person who wants to kill people with kindness. Alright, we're seeing a pattern here with this one. I'm gonna smile on your face. I'm gonna love you while you hate me. So yeah, I'm gonna kill him with kindness and smile my way through everything. Even through my pain, even though the freaking slop and the dang anything I get put up on. I smile my way through because honestly, I'm just blessed to be here. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Yep, of course. Just being blessed right here in front of that little small camera right here. I'm just blessed. BB bucket list. To just go in there and have fun and just be myself. I don't want to try to go in there and make enemies at all. I want to go and make friends, lifetime friends. This opportunity of a lifetime, I just want to actually walk in here and show people who Riley Jeffries is and what I'm about and how much. How much, love I have in my heart, how much, love I have in my heart, how much I really appreciate people. I'm not a bad person. Bull riders might seem like a little bit of hard butts or whatever, But I got a soft heart, man. I'm a people pleaser. I love people. I love helping people. I love helping kids. So that's the way I am, man. I just want to make everybody proud, and I think you will. What are some standout moments from the past 25 years of Big Brother? Some of the best moments are just seeing the people win, just seeing the people who really strategize and compete to the very end because they know what they want. That's some of the best moments to ever see, especially winning the competitions whenever they need to be won, and just seeing the people go up into the HOH room and getting to see pictures of their family or just reading certain things. I love those. I love that those types of moments are the most heart-filled moments, and that's kind of what I live for. I live for the heart-filled moments in life. Life isn't as serious as we make it, but it is what we make it, if that makes sense. How do I think Riley's gonna do in this game? Hmm. I think he will make it to at least jury. Could Riley win this game? If he does get into a showmatch, I don't think he can, but if he doesn't get into a showmatch, I think he has a decent shot. That's what I will say. I think he will be somewhat likable. Maybe he could be America's favorite house guest. I say maybe. I'm not saying it's like a certainty, but maybe. But anyways, next up is Vince Panaro, a 34-year-old from West Hills, California, and he's unemployed. Hey, let's go. What's your reaction to getting to play Big Brother? Huh. I am so excited. It hasn't hit me. It doesn't seem real. It doesn't feel real yet. I'm a massive fan of Big Brother. I've been watching since season 16 and I started watching the live feeds in season 18. And this all just doesn't feel real yet. I'm trying to keep my feet on planet Earth. I'm trying to keep my head out of the clouds and I'm trying to take it all in and just absorb all of it as much as I can until it hits me that it's real. It feels surreal to be in the to be it feels surreal being a house guest on Big Brother this season. Again, it hasn't really hit me yet. I know that no matter what strategy you have coming into this, it could go out the window immediately. Some honesty, yes, I like that. Let's go. So it just is excitement, anxiousness. I've just sweat through my deodorant thinking about it. Oh my god. That's funny. I am just ready to go. I'm eager. I've been waiting a very long time for this opportunity. Okay, so something tells me he has previously applied in the past, but with no luck, and he's finally here. Alright, strategy. What's your strategy in this game? I think my strategy coming into the Big Brother house is to compartmentalize this game down into weekly mini games of Big Brother. I want to view every single individual week as its own mini game of Big Brother. Okay, you want to break the game down to like smaller pieces and then go like one day or one week at a time. All right, that's not that bad. And all I need to do for those weeks is to survive it one at a time and slowly take one step at a time. You can't say you're going to win the World Series without winning enough games to get into the playoffs. So I have to win the individual days, individual conversations, weeks, whatever that may be. Take it one week at a time and adapt and wing it, and then adapt, wing it, adapt. It's the Wawa technique. I think the name Wawa has been taken, but you know what? I love the name. The Wawa technique. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody come up with a technique that specific before, but hey, I like it. Vince might be the one to look out for. You just wing, adapt, wing, adapt. That's what I gotta do. Why will you win, Big Brother? I'll be the one to win Big Brother because I think I naturally have the perfect formula of what it takes. Okay, maybe you do, maybe you don't. We'll have to wait and see. I like to call myself a master of none. I'm not really the best at anything, but I'm pretty dang good at almost everything. I mean, I clearly won't be a physical threat. I think I'll be social enough to be able to make genuine connections. That is the foundation of strategizing. So basically, he's going to be a well-rounded player to who, in order to minimize all of his strengths, so that nobody will put him up as a target. And I think I'm athletic enough to compete with the best of them when I need to. And I think if you could do all of those things cohesively, you'll be in good shape. I just have the perfect formula. Again, that might be debatable coming up, but we'll see. Again, it's who I am. It's just in my core. I have the social skills and the physical athleticism to compete with the best of them without ever actually looking for a massive threat. All right, what are his strengths? I would say my strengths are having empathy, which is important in the Big Brother house, my communication skills, my self awareness. I like to think I'm self aware, which is something that a surprising amount of people don't have as much as they should, I'll say. And again, also in the Big Brother house, self awareness is huge because you don't want to be too obviously obnoxious or rubbing people the wrong way, especially early on. The first impressions are huge. So yeah, I think empathetic. I'm very competitive. I'm very, very much a one track mind person. If I set my mind to something, I'm gonna go at it 120%. And yeah, hopefully all of those make for a pretty successful season. We'll see. What are your greatest weaknesses? I know I said one of my strengths was my self awareness, so I'm gonna do my best. But a weakness could be if I get too excited, if I get too riled up, maybe I might say the wrong thing. Okay, that's a pretty unique weakness. I don't think anyone else has said that yet, from if I remember correctly. Well, at least for this season, anyways. So okay, that's unique. I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna have to try to be mindful of that self awareness and my competitiveness. I'm not a poor sport, but I don't want to get too riled up if I'm not doing as well as I expect myself to do. Do you plan on keeping secrets about yourself and other house guests? I don't know if there's any secrets, but here's the thing. I don't want to have to lie where I have to hold onto it for an entire 3 month period because I don't know if I'm going to forget. I don't want to lie about my age, even though I look maybe a little younger than I am. I don't want to say I'm younger because then maybe we're talking about my high school graduation year and I say '09 and people are like, that doesn't make sense. That's pointless. I've thought about should I not say I'm unemployed because they'll say that's weird. Why would a 34-year-old not be employed? Maybe he's a trust fund kid or maybe he's already successful or something. I've overthought everything. Okay, so he's an overthinker. There's not going to be any secrets that I'm going to keep. All right. I like his answer. He's not going to be secretive because then he would have to there's answer a bunch of sub questions that he's not going to have answers for, and it's going to ruin his game, or it will ruin his personal relations at the very least. So yeah, how will you crush your enemies? I will crush my enemies before they crush me by having the self awareness of reading people. So basically, he's going to read people and then he's going to strike first before they strike him. That's kind of his plan. I really think that I am good at reading people, and I'm another person who wants to read people, okay. And I know a lot of people probably say that coming into the Big Brother house, but I really think that I have a hyper awareness of how people are portraying themselves. Ooh, hyper awareness, interesting. Or how people are acting towards me. I think I'm hyper vigilant on those verbal and nonverbal cues of how their demeanor is, so I think I'm going to be able to figure out who might not be on my side, and that I will rally the troops to get rid of them before they get rid of me, and that's how I will crush my enemies. What are you bringing to the show that nobody's seen before? You'll never see anybody more genuine than Vince. That's who I am. That's something that I can bring to the table. I'm a genuine human being, and I can't fake that. What makes Big Brother such a successful show after 25 years? So this is a huge season because Big Brother is celebrating the 25th anniversary. And I think what makes Big Brother so unique and have such a loyal following is that the uniqueness of it. It's just one of the longest reality competition shows, meaning it's 3 months rather than just a couple of weeks. There's live feeds, it's on 24/7, so there's going to be something happening at all times where the fans of the show can watch and enjoy. There's a lot of unique elements into it, changing the themes each season, keeping the beloved competitions, but adding in new competitions. It's always fresh, it's always new, but it also keeps true to who it is at its core, and that is Big Brother. All right, strategy. I don't even know what I'm doing on planet Earth, let alone know what I'm going to do on the Big Brother house. So that's where I'm going to have to wing it and I have to adapt. That's all I could do. Just got to do my best. Yes, another honest answer. I love it. Okay, basically Riley is someone that I'm gonna be looking out. No, not Riley. I am gonna be looking out. Vince, I'm sorry. Vince is someone that we're gonna be looking out for this season as well. So this is gonna be interesting. I think Vince has a really good shot at winning if he plays his cards right. He might. I think what he should do is try to form an alliance with a few others, make a few ride or dies. Honestly, I think he has a really good chance at winning. I kind of am rooting for Vince right now as well, so we'll see what happens. Tell us a bit about yourself in the outside world and how that's prepared you for Big Brother. I don't want to sound too lost in life because I should have. I know I should have things figured out by my 30s, but I don't really have a set long-term career path that I've found that I've been so passionate about. I've had a lot of different jobs throughout my adult life, so I don't even associate myself with I am a this. I'm trying to figure out what the next thing is. One of my hobbies is photography. Hey, you can make a career off of that, and I would love to one day have a career in maybe sports photography or something along those lines. I think that would be a lot of fun. My main goal is I want to enjoy what I do. That's my biggest thing. Okay, that makes sense. I know what I don't want to do. I've had enough jobs to know what I don't want to do. But I'm just trying to narrow it down and land what I do want to do. Let me reread the sentence. But I'm just trying to narrow it down and land what I do want to do. So, all in due time, I'm not comparing myself to others. I'm not going to stress myself too hard. I think Vince has a really good chance at winning, in all honesty. He's quite honest and he's realistic. And I think that's what you need to win this game. And I think last up is Zach Cornell. And that he's the last house guest. So, all right, here we go. Zach Cornell, a 27-year-old from Cartersville, Georgia, and he is a marketing manager. All right, let's go. What's your reaction to getting to play Big Brother? I'm so excited to be on Big Brother. It's been a dream of mine, and I just have really fallen in love with the show. I'm so fired up to actually be in the house. I know that everybody's going to come in there day one and just be this crazy, energetic mess. And so I'm going to use that to my advantage. All right, so he's going to be a player immediately. I'm already thinking strategy right now when it comes to it because people are going to want to be out there. People are going to want to show themselves, so I'm going to use that to my advantage. Hopefully, we have somebody too crazy to vote out week one. Hey, it always happens. So, most likely. And look, man, I'm just blessed and I'm really happy to be here. Obviously, Zach hopes that it's not him, of course. Of course, nobody wants to be out first. Why will you win, Big Brother? I really do feel like I'm the complete package. That's what they all say. And I don't say that in a cocky way. Yeah, we'll see about that. I just know that from all the different steps in my life, I mean, I was a pastor's kid that grew up very shy in a very sheltered home. And I had to come out of my shell when I got to college. I mean, it was my first day in college when I saw somebody smoking weed for the first time. Oh, wow. So I had to really adapt. And then you ultimately moved into professional baseball? Professional baseball? He was in. Wow, that's awesome. You're living with 7 people in the same house all at once, and so there's a lot of different aspects of my life that I've had to really change myself to understand what's going on in my environment. And ultimately, that's going to be the number one reason why I'm going to win Big Brother. I feel like this is always an ever changing game, and when I see people there on day 45 sleeping, taking a nap, not really paying attention to their surroundings, it drives me insane. As somebody who's a competitor, somebody who really appreciates the show, I just know I'm always going to be on my feet, whether it's working out, I'm going to make sure that I'm always there with somebody. Okay, so he doesn't want to ever be alone, alright? Or if it is somebody that is not even closely related to me that has different likes and dislikes, I'm going to be that person that is going to be there for them. I have an interest of getting to know everybody, alright? That's good to hear. I'm really interested in getting to know all their deepest, darkest secrets, and I know ultimately that is what it's going to take to win Big Brother. So he's going to be trying to get secrets out. I like that because apparently everybody wants to keep their secrets. So this is kind of a refresher. What's your strategy going into the game? So, I mean, look, when it comes to my strategy entering into the house, I know that I will be perceived as a threat day one. I'm somebody that is more athletically built, somebody that can really interact well with other people around them. And so I am going to really push me being a pastor's kid week one. Okay, that might, I'm not sure how people are going to react to that, but we'll see. I want to be somebody that you feel like you can trust immediately when you get into the house because I know that people are going to be worried if people like them. If they dislike them, especially when it's 15 random people that you've never met before. And so, week one, I plan on laying low. Yep, the standard. I want to be that person that is just kind of holding your hand. Somebody that you feel you can talk to in a very stress free environment every single day. And I don't want to be the type of person that is like, hey, let's create an alliance. I want you to be the person to tell me that. And so, week one, I do want to lay low for that reason. Hopefully, there are a bunch of crazies in there. Hopefully, there's another Angela that goes off on the deep end that is ultimately the person that would get kicked out week one. This is a. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wow. The strategy one is a really, really long answer. Okay. And so that's my ultimate goal, build those deeper relationships, and then once we get into weeks 2, 3, 4, that's when you really start to see those alliances form. That's true. That's what I ultimately want to do. I want to be in there with a final two. Of course, a final two deal with somebody that you would have no idea who that person is. You would never be able to guess them right. And so I want to have that final two. I want to be in a bunch of different alliances with people that I feel like I can relate to as well. So I am going to play a much more risky game when it comes to really interacting with people and trying to create those alliances. But honestly, I feel like your best case scenario to win this entire thing, I feel like that's your best case scenario to win the entire thing, and that's what I'm going for. I'm here to win it, not to get second, third, or fourth. All right, biggest strengths. When it comes to strengths, I feel like I'm very confident in myself when it comes to being a very athletic person. So, okay, so he's going to be good at physical challenges. Oh, god damn it. I'm sorry. I don't know where I was at. All right, when it comes to being a very athletic person, being somebody that can be the center of the room to really start conversations, I feel like I am that person. And so I do know that there are weaknesses that come with it, but when it comes to really being an instigator, I am the person. Oh, so he might start some fights. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. What are your biggest weaknesses? When it comes to weaknesses, I also know that the way that I can play it, I also know that the way that I can play can be a threat as well. If you are somebody that is too far out there when it comes to trying to interact with people, if you are the person that is trying to start the alliance, that's supposed to be alliance, people can perceive that as a threat. So I know that it can be a double-edged sword, being somebody that is very confident in the game. So I'm going to have to use it very carefully, very wisely when I get into the house. Secrets. I was deciding whether or not if I was going to reveal that I played professional baseball in the Washington Nationals organization, but I honestly feel like I can use that as a strength, so I will be revealing it when I get into the house. So no, to answer your question, there won't be anything that I will be holding as a secret. Oh, thank God, because I am tired of people trying to do their secrets. I like this answer. Although I do think that he's going to be a little cocky, if he doesn't become like extremely cocky, I think he could potentially win this. Maybe. What are you bringing to the show that no one's seen before? I'm going to be the person that is an all-around player. I'm going to be that person that is an all-around player. I know that in last season you had people like Mackenzie who was a challenge beast, or you had somebody like Chelsea who ended up winning the show, somebody that was working behind the scenes and really dictating the flow of the game. And I want to be a person that combines the two, right? I really appreciate what Tucker did last season, flipping the house upside down, and so my goal ultimately is to go there and be all three at once. I feel like I've watched enough Big Brother, I've watched enough competition shows to realize when you need to take that step forward and when you need to really reel it back. So to be somebody that you've never seen before, my ultimate goal is to be all three of those people from last season. Alright, another Big Brother 26 reference. What makes Big Brother such a successful show after 25 years? So I am becoming a super fan, and so when it comes to Big Brother, I feel like it's the most raw and authentic show out there. I mean, you are stuck there for 90 days with the same people. A lot of these shows only last for 3 weeks. That's true. And so you really have to have a grit and grind your way through this show because it's all about mental stability in this house. And I really appreciate that about Big Brother because you always have to stay on your toes because you never know what the next step is and you have no idea what Big Brother is going to throw at you. It's all about surprises, and that's what I really appreciate about Big Brother. Why will you be the player to watch this season? I'm going to be the one to watch this summer because I'm going to be that person that comes in there with charm. I'll be the person that will be flirting it up with fellow people. Okay, he's going to be a flirt and he's going to be in a showmance. Okay, getting along with other people and being that person that everyone feels like that they can come to. And sorry, and being that person that everyone feels like that they can come to. And when it is time to flip the house upside down, when it is time to really dig my heels and win those veto challenges, I'm going to win them. If there's somebody that needs me as a pawn when it comes to an alliance, I'm not afraid to do it if it is for the right scenario. Oh, okay, that's a massive drawback. Being a pawn is not the best. Okay, that is a massive flaw in his game. I don't know when that right scenario will be, and the thing is, that's going to be a massive hindrance in his game. And very I am very much so willing to play the game on the edge. Okay, so he's a risk taker. Oh, okay. This kind of does change my opinion on him for a bit now. And that what I know America wants to see. That's what I envision myself coming into the house being able to do. And so that's the reason why people are going out And so that's the reason why people are going to want to tune in. How many more questions are there? One, two. 3, 4, 5. There's going to be 5 more questions, or give or take. Okay, would you be open to a showmance? So I am gearing up for a very beautiful woman to come into this house. Now, I will say this. My mom is very religious and she's Filipino. And she told me, Zach, if I see you even sleeping next to another girl when you get back to our house, I'm going to murder you. So I do have that in my back of my head when it comes to a showmance. But look, I already told her. I said I'm going to do whatever it takes to win the 750K. And if I do happen to find love in the process, I'm more than thrilled. So I know that's going to be lingering in my mind as I start tagging the women my age in the house. All right, hero or villain. So being a hero or a villain, it really just comes down to who I am in the house with. Okay, that makes sense. Because I view somebody like Tucker, people in the house with him. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna have to reread this sentence. Because I view somebody like Tucker, people in the house with him viewed him as a villain. However, as somebody that's watching, we viewed him as a hero. Yeah, that's why he was the first pre-juror to win America's Favorite House Guest last season. So there's that, or at least I did. So it's gonna come down to the scenarios when we get into it, and I'm not afraid to turn on people. Okay, so a backstabber. So you can really perceive me as a villain when it comes to it, because I'm not afraid to turn on people, lie, cheat, steal, do whatever it takes to win. What's on your Big Brother bucket list? My BB bucket list is to win head of household. I feel like that's the number one thing that I've always dreamt of, especially growing up. So yeah, that's the number one thing to do. What's the easiest and hardest parts of being a house guest? I feel like the easiest thing of being a house guest this summer is actually to get along with everybody. However, the hardest thing to get along However, the hardest thing is to get along with everybody for 90 days, because I know by day 60, there's going to be somebody that pisses me off by either not putting their plates away or something that's going to irritate me. So my ultimate goal is to stay even keeled. All right? I think I think you should be more concerned about like being put on the block, but hey, I get it. What are some standout moments for you from the past 25 years of Big Brother? The two biggest things that I really enjoyed was when Zach in season 16 called out Devin and made fun of Pow Pow at the same time. I found that absolutely hilarious. And then in this most recent season, I love when Tucker ran through and flipped the house upside down. That is something that I've always envisioned for myself, and I want to do the same thing. All right, that's it for the cast. And in my opinion about Zach, I did originally think that he had a good chance at winning, but honestly, him wanting to be throwing himself up as a pawn, mm-mm. I think he's at risk of being a serious pre-juror, an early boot. I say so. That's how I'm feeling about him right now. With that being said, everybody, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Peace.